Hey y'all, it's your girl Kitty Kiki Straw, and you are watching me. Today we're gonna talk about narcissistic abuse. Like, I feel like that is something that genuinely needs to be expressed. A lot of people suffer from narcissists and don't know that they're in a narcissistic supply cycle. Don't even know the half of it. So a malicious narcissist is a narcissist that doesn't hide that they're a narcissist. They don't care who they hurt. They gaslight. They do all the narcissistic things. Where you have the covert narcissist is the person that comes acting like they got it all. They want to help you. They want to love you. Whatever the case, the scenario, the relationship is, they come like they got it all together, but the covert into a narcissist. They show you this when they feel like they got you stuck or they got you where they need you. Then you have, I'm telling you, it's so many different types of narcissists and different types of abuses they use, like gaslighting. Gaslighting is when they try to make your reality delusional. They try to make you question your own reality. Like, if you've seen it with your two eyes, believe it, baby. Don't be that person that talk yourself back into a toxic situation because of what you think they could go back to or could be, or what they promise you and then they don't follow through on it. Because with narcissistic abuse, they have a system where they idolize, devalue, discard. Idolize, devalue, discard. That's where, and when they discard you, they idolizing somebody else. They're getting somebody new into their narcissistic supply. That's why narcissists cannot be single for very long. They can't be single for long because they have to run the game on somebody else. So then what they do is hover back around. So when they took this person through all the stages of what they do, they hover back around to everybody else they already put their narcissistic supply on. That manipulation in your mind. They hover back to you. Baby back. Run, sis. Motherfucking run. If you questioning your relationship, watching this video, then you know what you gotta do. They love bomb you first. And that's another part of the, that's a part of the idolizing phase where they love bomb you. They give you everything that you want. They come at you with everything that you could possibly want. If you say you want a guy that's very communicative, very attentive, compassionate, very loving, even if that's not them, they'll fake it till they make it, until they feel as if you love them and you stuck with them. And then they just turn cold. They just turn into this different person. When really all they did was come at you with an illusion of what you wanted to get you, just to flip that script. And that's another thing narcissists do. They flip the script in an argument. So let's say you arguing with a narcissistic person, they will flip the script on you. They'll make you the problem. Where if they were the problem, they'll make you the problem. Or they'll find a way to point the finger back at you. Well, I caught you cheating, Tommy. Well, you cheated 3 years ago. That's why I'm cheating. You see how I just flipped that back on the motherfucker? That's what narcissistic people do. There's no winning an argument with a narcissistic person. Honestly, they feel like your property. They own you. And my best bet, honestly, is for you to leave. You know your worth. You know what's best for you. Get up out of there. Because narcissists cannot tell the truth for shit. Or they might tell you some of the truth, sprinkle a little bit of truth so it can make it seem as if they told you the truth, but really you didn't get the whole truth. You didn't get what you were looking for. Cut your ties loose right there. Take your L and go about your business. Because the cycle never ends, especially if you're always there. Why would I have to change if you always here? Yeah, you complain. Yeah, you leave me for a couple of days, but you always come back. And that's what narcissists do. Let's say you do break up with a narcissist. They'll go no contact with you. I kid you not. They'll go no contact with you. They'll probably block you off all their social media, do what they got to do to make it seem as if they're right. When you know in the back of your head, if you know that you're right, and you know it's not going the way you want it to go, and you know they dead ass wrong, and they just don't want to see it, or they don't care to know, then you know what you got to do. Real talk. Because narcissists are going to be narking. Narcs are going to be narcs. But it's up to you if you want to deal with that or not. A lot of women, we get this delusion in our head. We get this little illusion of who they used to be and want to convert them back to that. Like, well, he's broken. I know I can help him get back to it. I seen him at his fullest potential. No. Baby girl. No. Run. He showed you who he is. Believe it. If you seen it with your eyes, you heard it with your ears, use all your little senses. Believe it and get out of there. Because some narcissists can be very dangerous, be very deadly. They can. Especially when they feel like they own you, that you did properly. They can get very possessive. That's not cute. Run. You think it's cute. But that shit can get deadly. For real. The minute you figure out your self-worth and you want to leave, that shit can get really deadly. So get the fuck out of there. ASAP. That's something that you can't play with. But that's what I have to say on narcissistic abuse. Like, there are so many different methods that they use. It's heartbreaking, yes, but you know what you have to do. You know, if you're getting gaslighted, if you're getting love bombed, especially with that love bombing, they try to fit 2 years of dating within 2 weeks increment. 2 weeks top. That's what they try to do. They try to cram 2 years of dating in 2 weeks. They try to move fast. I love you. They move really fast in relationships just so you don't identify who they are. And then the minute you do start to identify who they are or get a glimpse of who they are, that's when they discard you or they devalue you. How dare you question me? How dare you see who I am? How dare you take my mask off? Now make you feel bad. And that's where the devaluing come in. And after they devalue you and make sure that you have nothing to pour into the next person, that's when they discard you. Because you have nothing to give to them or the next person. By the time you look up and you've been in years of narcissistic abuse, you'll lose who you genuinely are, trying to please them. Because what narcissists do is they take you from all your family, your friends, anybody that's going to sway you that this person is not who the fuck they is. They don't want you talking to them. They don't want you having no contact. So they're really jealous. That's a sign to look out for. They're very jealous, very envious. Like me, I was dating this narcissistic man, and he was very envious of the relationship I had with my father. Because your father is going to steer you right. Your father is not going to allow any man to just play on you. And he used to get mad or, try to get attention while I'm on the phone. No. Run. Them the motherfuckers you don't need in your life. I'm telling you. You could do bad by yourself. You could do so much better. You don't even understand. There's so many different men out here that'll take care of you. But honestly, you have to love you first. You can't go out looking for love in other men. You'll lose every time. You'll be triggered every time. You have to love you. Because if you don't love you, a narcissist can see that. They mainly go after empathic people, but mainly people that do not love themselves because they're easier to train the mind. You're easier to manipulate. So you have to love you first. You got to know your boundaries, your standards, the things that you're going to tolerate in a relationship before you hop in a relationship with a person that's been like that their whole life. Especially if they have narcissistic parents. It rubs off on some of the kids. It rubs off on kids, definitely. So if you're dealing with a person that's been out their whole life and they know what they go after, they know how to train your mind, they have experience in that field, especially seeing how it works on a family dynamic. The narcissist, they live for that validation. If it's not from their crowd, if it's not from family members, friends, it's like they live for that validation. That's why they hang out with a bunch of yes men. So let's say you go up against a narcissist or you get into an argument or altercation, whatever you want to call it, with a narcissist. They'll call somebody that's going to agree with what they did. That's what they do. They call the person that's going to agree with the bullshit that they doing. So you questioning your reality. That's the gaslight. That's the gaslighting. Making you, oh, well, maybe he didn't hit me hard. Maybe he do love me. No. I'm sorry. No. Run, baby. I can't stress it enough. Run. It's not worth it. You don't want to lose who you are. You don't want to lose that piece of you, that self-love. You don't want to lose that, because I'm telling you, the healing process to get that shit back is 10 times harder. And then when you get rid of the narcissist, do not allow them to repeat that cycle on you, because then they'll come at you, because they already know how to get you. They already know what you want, what your idle man is. Oh, I changed. Oh, and they'll give you everything you want again, and then the cycle repeats again, because they know they got you. And then when it gets to the point where they know they got you, they just freak you and discard you. Some keep you in a relationship but be cheating. Like, narcissists do different things in relationships. There's different types of narcissists out there. So you really got to be careful. I'm telling you, that's why a lot of men be retaliating against their girlfriends, or girlfriends be retaliating against their boyfriends. You see the articles of people dying because with a narcissistic person, you probably all they got. Family members be cutting themselves off from them, because all they hang with is yes men, people that's going to agree with their way of thinking, with their way of acting. No, don't do that. I kid you not, I was dating this abusive man, and I didn't know he was abusive until he got drunk. As you see, we're not together. You know, I love myself. I can't never. But look, he pushed me and shit. His grandmother tried to gaslight me. And that's why I say watch who you get advice from, especially if it's from their side of the family, because it could be misleading advice. But me, I seen through that shit. Once you heal from it and you go through it, you can identify it. And she was like, well, his grandpa does that to me. That if you love somebody, you fight. Bitch, your grandson just put his hands on me, and you gonna tell me I see where the fuck he got it from. You see what I mean? When a kid sees some shit going up in the household, they think that shit is normal. They think that shit is okay, and it's not. You have to be that one to step against that. Especially when you know you love yourself. You got to be that one to walk the fuck away, because a narcissist, it's either they discard you or they'll keep you hanging. You will literally be a seat warmer until they find what they want to put all their eggs into that bucket, or to go do the same cycle on them. You will be a seat warmer. And don't ever be no seat warmer, ladies or gentlemen. You don't ever want to be that. Because by the time you looked up, all your time wasted and they invested in something else. We not seat warmers, baby. We don't chase, we attract. Period, point blank. So if this video made you question your relationship, baby, you know what you need to do. Period, point blank. I'm out.